and this is like simple stuff you want to see from Zach Wilson here. And obviously I'm assuming he's reading middle of the field. And they're showing a blitz look right here. And what are we going to look at? We have a an out / comeback right there from the receiver on the outside, and we have a deep stop route from the inside, and he's most likely going to read 1 to 2 inside to outside right here, because this is a little bit longer developing and come back to the ball. Nonetheless, what Zach Wilson should be reading right here is defender to the inside on a stop route. It's very few and far between that's going to be wide open. And past that, okay, if he opens up and he's kind of tight to his hip right here, go past that read. And in conjunction, this defender, hips are open and he's playing over the top. What's going to be open? A comeback. So the decision while reading this to throw this instead of this on a comeback with off coverage is bad, right? And he skips it, which at the end of the day, if he threw that on target, it might be an interception. Well, maybe not an interception because you had Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore did a nice job of that throw by right there. But you had Garrett Wilson, who's open, which I believe that's just a rounded comeback based on the way he's breaking that. But nonetheless, him, if he doesn't squat or blitz or whatever with this positioning, you can't throw this in conjunction with him playing off. You got it for that comeback. He does not. So just obviously, the eyes there are not good. Middle of the field peaks left. I'm not sure right peaks left. Goes to the right side. Again, I don't know how he decides to throw the inside breaking route or the inside route there, but nonetheless, keep moving on. Wilson missed the Mims TD. This is one of the plays that I did see on social media. From I think Anani put it up. I know Sims put it up, and Sims was saying, "Oh well." And typically with those guys, and listen, I'll say this on the live stream too. Those guys will conveniently skip plays, conveniently not talk about some footwork stuff, and just in general, I'm not always the biggest fan. But I did see this one on social media, and he said, "Oh well, based on the middle of the field, safety being there, he might not want to throw the post, based on the pre-snap look." The thing is, you don't just make pre-snap reads; you make to post-snap reads. So if he sees this, which he's supposed to be reading the safeties, if he sees this at the snap, you have a Pats team who likes to throw robbers, to throw brackets, to throw cones onto guys. So it could easily be him robbing, coning, bracketing a guy in the middle. So you could be alert to this pre-snap, but you have to check it post-snap, right? You don't just make pre-snap reads, not post-snap. It's always to post. You have to confirm what you see to post. So you can't just come off that read now because, he's there at the snap. And if anything, he's a little shallow. So that should alert you to, okay, maybe it is a bracket. Maybe it is a robber. He drops back, looks to the right side. To my eyes and to Nani's eyes, he's looking at Mims. And he should be reading that safety. So if his eyes are correct post snap, he's reading the safety. He sees that the safety is more flat-footed and he's not getting into the middle of the field. So keep his eyes there for an extra second. Know that, okay, outside leverage, safety sitting down with eyes inside, looking to rob or cone, whatever bracket, whatever he's doing in the middle right there. And you have the middle of the field that's going to be open. Obviously, again, outside leverage. Now, I'm not sure exactly this is just a blown assignment because this is obviously blown coverage. I don't know why he's outside leverage and letting him break inside with this guy sitting inside and him obviously, again, bracketing, coning, robbing, whatever we're doing here. And Mims is wide open. Wilson does not see it. Walk-in touchdown. Wins us the game. 10-3. I'm assuming if they score this, they're not going to get it. You can't assume anything. That's like the first or second quarter, nonetheless. But at least they get a touchdown. So let's see Wilson's eyes. Come back again. Goes immediately to the right. Checks he looks at the safety. In my eyes, and you can't guarantee stuff. Maybe he could be looking at the rush, but to me, he takes a snap, looks to the right, checks the safety. The safety is flat-footed with eyes inside. He's not gaining depth right here. So the pre-snap stuff, he saw that it wasn't that it was middle of the field closed is bullshit. That's on him. It looks like middle of the field closed, but it's not now. It's going to be open. A post is going to come behind that. So he comes off of that. Again, is to me looking to the middle of the field / Mims. Should decide to throw it there. Nope, comes off of it. And scrambles. Initially, like, okay, get some yards, first down, whatever. But He comes off of this now. Why? He's looking at it. So I'm not that middle field close bullshit is not flying with me. That's not flying with me. Okay, let's keep moving on. 13, 22, 26. Miss Conklin. Okay, this is, and I didn't even do the concept or anything like that because at the end of the day, he goes to his left side. Conklin does a nice job with his release. It's just a two-step, and you can call it. It's, I don't really care what you say, because if you just look at the footwork, the outside, people call it a crossover. To me, it's like a rocker or two-step. When you just do this two-step off the line when you're off the ball to insteps. That's why I call it a two-step. But I would be comfortable with somebody calling it a rocker. But rocker two-step gets the DB to shuffle to the outside, gives him the inside and the inside breaking route. Good job by Conklin with that release right there. Wilson drops back, reads the middle of the field, is starting to look at Conklin, sees it. Good job getting there, and then just floats the ball over his head. By 5 yards. Conklin's wide open. Why? Let's look at the feet. Again, you have no drive through the throw. He's going onto his toe, rotating downwards, kicking backwards. So again, this foot, if his hips were behind this throw, that foot would be pointed properly, but he never gets pointed to the throw. His hips are showing that he wants to throw here. His back foot is showing that he wants to throw, behind Conklin. He needs to have better transitional footwork, like reading. It's not in transition because he's not even going through the reads, but just get pointed to where you're throwing the ball. It's just lazy mechanics. Goes the ball, a little bit of side arm. Okay, I get it. There's a hand in his face, but the footwork is still obviously wonky. There's no rotation there. There's not much disassociation from the top to the bottom. All arm throw. You risk of overthrowing it like that. McCourty gifts him a dropped pick, which McCourty rarely does, but maybe he's like, holy shit, the ball is right here. This is so easy. McCourty was shocked how bad that throw was. Wilson missed Barrios. So to me, it looks like you have a situation where they're faking that smoke, hoping the defense bites, and then they're going to look to these. This ends up being another like Haas concept where it's seam, and the short like sit right there. Now, could he coming off this throw this ball, floated over with not floated like a lollipop to Conklin? I could argue he could because the safety is higher here. It's a tough throw, but I've seen NFL quarterbacks make this throw. Little back shoulder, a little bit of it definitely has to have some nice touch on it. Doesn't throw it. I understand that. Goes to Garrett. Could he throw this ball back shoulder to Garrett and anticipate the break? 100% he could because this guy vacates. Yes, he could. Doesn't, which again, I'm not going to kill him for it, but you'd like to see him get rid of the ball here, whether it be to Conklin or to Garrett, because they are both NFL open. You just have to have some trust and timing with your receiver. Throw it back shoulder, again, gun shy. Doesn't throw it. I'm not going to kill him for it. Still don't love the decision. And now, again, instead of getting himself pointed to that throw, flipping his hips and driving towards the throw, he steps in the bucket massively. He's drifting backwards, throws a ball sidearm that doesn't need to throw sidearm, and floats the ball over Braxton Berrios' head by a mile. Now, listen, at the end of the day, is this going to get a touchdown? Maybe not, but at the end of the day, you're giving Garrett or Braxton Berrios a one-on-one situation with a DB and at least a chance to make a few yards. Maybe he gains, 1 or 2. Maybe he breaks a tackle and gains the first down. We don't know because Zach Wilson floated the ball over his head. This is I think after this is when I tweeted out that I see Wilson miss throws that I see people hit 15 beers deep in the parking lot of MetLife. But like, get yourself pointed. His footwork is just so lazy. Like get pointed back to this. It should be a throw that he makes, even with poor mechanics, but you're drifting backwards and stepping in the bucket instead of driving towards your target. Again, in a rotation from the back foot, makes that leg usually lock out. I don't know if it locks out. It does. Again, not allowing your hips to fully rotate through. All arm throw, overthrow. Holy shit. It's weird. You overcompensate for the lower part of the body. So just we don't need to be overly complicated with this stuff. It's just easy stuff he's missing. And you have people tweeting out, well, I don't get why the Jets benched him after this performance. Well, it's not just this performance. It's this performance. It's the last Patriots performance. It's the Packers game. It's the Broncos game. Don't give me the bullshit of, oh, he's 5-2. He won them the games. No, they won in spite of Zach Wilson, the Broncos, and the Packers game. It was a running game that won them those games. Thank God Brees Hall had that 60-yard something touchdown, because if not, that Broncos game is probably not a win either. Now we have a this is another one I saw on social media. I'm not gonna lie. I hate seeing this shit, because this is another one Orlovsky word. Oh, well, I think he's running a big post here. A big post, typically you break and you're gonna continue to run down the field, and then your eyes get to it. When you have the skinnies here, it's when your eyes immediately go to it. And again, yes, there are different posts. Again, one is bigger, trying to hit deep shot, and one could be used like middle of the field closed, where it's a skinny, and you can hit the seam right here. Or again, with that skinny, you're anticipating the ball being there a little bit sooner. That's usually middle of the field closed. But the big post is you typically have a guy break on his fourth or fifth step, and then he's going to continue down the field, then look for the ball. The fact he's looking for the ball right here indicates to me that it was a skinny. I think Dan said something about him not knowing the concept or something like that. I don't necessarily agree with that, but and he reads left, then right. He comes off the left side pretty quickly. And is it because he's seeing a man look? Now Garrett Wilson freaks out for this play. The only thing I will say Garrett Wilson this play, it's not like he was wide open. I did notice that. And with Zach, you want to see him throw that ball a little bit earlier. Like if he's going to get there to Mims, you want to see that ball out as he's breaking, not it's a tick too late. And maybe he's trying to put it low and inside, or low and backside because of that safety over the top, which I'm fine with. It's a tad late, and obviously it's a tad off. He needs to throw. The ball needs to be out now. Now, it's just a tick too late. He just hesitates and waits for that extra split second. But I'm okay with middle of the field closed. This guy with his hips open to the outside and over the top, and anticipating your receiver to win inside, but the ball has to be on time. Now Garrett Wilson, again, listen, I'm kind of like half and half. Like I like the fact that he's stepping up and all that stuff, and I like the fire he has, but he's being a little bit too animated on the field consistently. So checks left / middle of the field, sees the safety dropping back, tries to hit the skinny, but again, one, could he hit Garrett Wilson? Yeah, maybe, sure, but I don't think he's past the first down marker. And then with that, again, with Zach Wilson's feet, they're terrible. Look at your feet, both. If both of your feet, your front and your back foot, are pointing in the same direction, your toes, it's a bad throw. Immediately, that's bad footwork. That's always and we I go past out the inner rotation and locking the foot out and all that stuff that we could talk about. But kicks the back foot back again. Front foot locks that again, that leg locks out, and you lock that out. You're not allowing your hips to fully rotate through it. And then again, you're almost like pushing back against yourself. So you're fighting yourself to make a throw. Again, tick too late. Feet are bad. Now, again, if he put this ball a little bit earlier and on him quick enough to catch that ball before that middle field closed safety is there, then I'm okay with it. But again, just a tad too late, and the feet are bad. Wilson missed Wilson deep. Okay. This is a throw where you want to see him step up and listen, at the end of the day, like, this is not what I'm going to absolutely murder him for, because there is a guy coming into his face pretty early into it, but you do want Wilson to obviously have that play action fake with that jet sweep motion. You're hoping that, all of this motion in the backfield is going to get the defenders to bite up a little bit. And you have, pre-snap, again, just you have safeties who, like the previous look with Mims, safeties who are a little bit more down, and a Bill Belichick team that we know likes to rob bracket cone. So post-snap, play action, he's reading the left side of the field. He should see that the safety is flat-footed. You have a post behind it. So read him, see if he stays flat-footed. At this point, trust Garrett Wilson to win versus not necessarily this safety, but an outside leverage corner with a safety flat-footed, you got to be ready to throw this ball. Like, this is where anticipation comes in the NFL. If you see it open, it's not open. It's not. Well, it's not necessarily that it's not open anymore, because sometimes there's guys running wide open, but the rush might be there, especially versus a Patriot team who's clearly getting there with a struggling offensive line. So I don't know why he comes off of that read. Like, it's not like, oh, the pressure was in his face, so he, and maybe that is why he dropped his eyes, but he looks like he comes off of it before the rush is even completely there. So why, in a situation where you have a post with an outside leverage and a flat and a flatter McCourty, does he come off of this read? You got to throw that ball, even with the pressure in his face. Take a shot, but he doesn't. Throws the ball away. Again, hard play action fake, looking into the middle of the field. Hey, look, the safety is squatting. There's a post versus outside leverage corner. Maybe I should throw that ball with some anticipation. Trust Garrett Wilson to win. You step in right now. Let's see when he could step into, or when he should step into this. Now, throw the ball. Trust him to win. Float it to the inside. Give your playmaker a chance to make a play. Today, I'm not gonna be one of those guys to free frame it and say, oh, we should lead them here and a wide open touchdown. No, he should throw the ball about here, and just trust him to win and float over his head. He's flat footed. Trust Garrett Wilson to win. Step in, make the throw. Maybe a tick later. Maybe like here you throw it, but I don't know why his eyes drop off of it. Regardless, so missed a big opportunity for a post right there. 36. Wilson missed Mims. Again, this is pretty simple stuff, obviously, right? They fake the toss to try and get the defense to bite. Mims is on a smoke. Now, the thing I will say with Mims is I don't know many smoke routes that were drifting backwards like Mims does. So I don't know why he's drifting. That's just a little bit of a side note. But Wilson, again, fake the toss, flip your hips, stay confident. There's no reason to drift back right here and deliver the ball. Instead, Wilson gets a little bit lazy. Again, fake, plant at that 31-yard line, drive into the throw. What does he do? Fakes it, gets lazy, drifts back. Again, now it's a massive step in the bucket, in a rotation from the back leg, all arm throw, ball sails on him, and then I didn't get it in the shot, but like Mims throws his hands up. Listen, Mims, you have the least of anybody on the roster to talk shit. So Garrett Wilson can talk a little bit. I still don't love it, but Mims got to shut up, dude. Mims got to shut up. Wilson miss Wilson and Ty. Okay. Now with this read again, hard you have that hard play action with that counter OH motion. Now, in an ideal world, if he's a very confident quarterback, does he see these linebackers squatting this outside leverage and throw this ball to Garrett Wilson? Yes, I will say that. Now, am I going to kill him for not throwing that ball because there is some guys in the window? Not really, but this is NFL open, so you want to see him hit that initially. And again, it's going to be 1 to 2 because it's longer developing. This is right over the middle. That's going to be open for less time because it's breaking to the middle. I want to see him throw that ball right there. Don't tell me it's not a window to throw a ball. I get he's there, but come on. That's a window. So one miss right there. And then this is another situation where we say maybe the wind took it. Maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. With that being said, his footwork is still piss poor. And Ty Johnson actually, runs a wheel route, does a good job punching through that chopping and getting vertical leverage. Right here, if he leads this ball, who's to say, and I'm not saying it's necessarily a touchdown, but it could be a completion. Like, oh, it's just a good play by the defender I saw. Well, no, the ball is short. If this is a good ball, he's Ty Johnson's running to that ball and the defender doesn't have a chance to make a play. You can't tell me this is ideal positioning by the defender right here. It's not. Throw the ball outside and vertical. Now, did the wind take it? Again, let's give him, if you want to give the benefit of the doubt, yeah, it took it. If not, bad throw, right? You can't be so black and white. Bad throw, good throw. Well, maybe the wind did take it. It's possible. Good job by Ty Johnson fighting his way back to it. I think the defender drops it anyway based on the broadcast view. Nonetheless, I want to see him throw to Garrett. Ball's underthrown to Ty Johnson. All right. 3 more plays of Wilson. We're really flying through, which is fine. Which is fine for me. This was a brutal review for me to do. Even the good stuff, I'm gonna fly through it just for the sake of me maybe having 20 minutes before I have to go live again or record again. Wilson woof. Okay. Um, yeah. So let's see. Reads left to right. Um, obviously the safeties rotate. Looks like we're facing a 3 buzz here, and I gotta see where Wilson's eyes are. But slant flat, it's not gonna be open. That's seemingly what he looks to first. Is that slant flat? It's almost more like a bench, but nonetheless, same idea. You're gonna go 1 to 2. It's not open. Okay, I'm cool with that. Now, could you say, okay, if he's reading this guy, which again, the Pats do a good job. Like Judon drops into coverage almost not more than he should because it muddies reads. But guy is leading sacks in NFL, and he's still dropping into coverage. Good 5 to 10 times a game, if not more, which muddies reads. But for Wilson, again, seeing him widen, could he throw that ball? And again, I'm asking for a very good quarterback. Could a very good quarterback throw this ball back shoulder, anticipate this, see him widening, see this window? Yeah, he could, and I'm not going to kill him for it again. Goes back to the right side. Now, when he goes back to the right side, he has plenty of time to, and he's going to read typically again 1 to 2 here. Doesn't want to throw one. We're going to come off that pretty quickly. This guy's squatting. And you'd be a little bit late there regardless. So come off of 1 to 2, at least on that side. And again, when you see 2, what do you see? You see, is that I think that's okay. That's Elijah, but you should come off of this pretty quickly. Go to Elijah. He's high and over the top. His hips open to the outside. You have an outside back / back breaking route with Elijah Moore. Throw the ball. Why does he come off of Garrett or off Elijah? Then he goes back to him. If he comes back to it, reads this, doesn't want it, he should immediately go here. So regardless of how long it took him to get there, his eyes weren't right when he got there anyway. Why does he wait? Why does he come off of it? Then he throws it, and the ball sails. Let's see. Read middle, left. Okay, don't want it. Go back to middle. Go back to the right side. Maybe peeks Mims there. Goes all the way to the right. To me, right there, he's reading Elijah Moore. Why does he come off of it? Why does he throw the ball? Left, middle, inside, outside, back to Mims potentially, or eyes are on the rush, back to the middle, then back to the right side. Like his eyes are dancing around like crazy. There's no reason when he comes over to the right side right here, middle, right, that he shouldn't decide to throw this. The wind?